For example, a case of psoriasis, and we have, like you, let's imagine that I have a patient with a case of psoriasis, and I know that you can handle better than me. Now that WhatsApp and other things are like very common, if we share the photos or pictures of the patient to you or to a senior doctor who is the expert in psoriasis, should we be mentioning that the photos are being shared because some amount of privacy is being compromised, and the privacy issue is a larger issue in Europe and the US and in Australia and other countries?
Basically, when a patient comes to us, it itself is applied that it's an implied consent that he has come to us for the treatment purpose. Second thing comes in, if it is such issues are there, are legal concerns are there, or it may going to cause a lot of problem in the future, better take a writing a written consent from the patient that you are going to do all these things. These are the procedures, these are the medications, and even you will be referred to higher center in a time, and your photos or pictures of your lesions will be shared with the senior doctors or experts across the globe for your betterment. For that you should not have any problem or any objections for that. If you have any objections, then we don't want to take you as our case. If it is good to you, then we can go ahead with these words. If it is put in front of the patient and taken a written consent, then there will be no such legal issues or some problems. That's one. And sharing an information of a particular thing always in this particular WhatsApp media, through that we try to forward the information or the pictures in such a way that the patient identity is not disclosed. Only the lesions are to be focused and lesions has to be forwarded. Only in certain cases when the lesion is on the face, then obviously we can't avoid it. We have to send the photo of a person in such a way that where the person identity can be revealed. But for that, a person should not have any objection to such type of sharing by the doctors for the purpose of thing. And definitely when we are forwarding the pictures of a patient, particularly if it is from the face, still we can cover the eyes with some editing of the pictures, then later you can send it. But still, for example, there is something you want to convey to your senior doctor or a fellow friend or one who you are trying to refer to that patient, a particular doctor, wherein you are concerned to tell him or conveying or bring him to the notice that something inside the eye, then we cannot block the eye. We have to open it. Like in case of chronic liver disease or very strong case of hepatitis, viral hepatitis, where serum bilirubin levels are very high and icterus, yellowishness in the eye is very strongly objectionable way it is there. Then if you want to send the patient for the institutional care, for that purpose I'm sending, if you want to send the photo of that, then you cannot block the eyes. You have to keep open the eyes, and as it is you have to send, because that will be revealing the very important information to the doctor. So these are the things we need to understand while referring and sharing the informations. As far as possible, if there is any legal issues are there, may you feel that there is some legal issues may come out in future, then it is better you take a written consent from the patient.
Yes, I mean, this issue came up with, I remember an incident. I was giving a guest lecture to a group of American Ayurveda practitioners, and a couple of them were MBBS doctors practicing there. They were also like interested in Ayurveda, so they're practicing. So all other people, when they were interacting with me, they were having their camera on and asking questions and whatnot. But these two doctors who were like MBBS fellows, they were not keeping the camera on. So the organizer asked, "Can you please put the camera on?" So they said that they were from New York. I mean, they were in their clinic while listening to this session. So they said that if the camera is on and suppose a patient enters in and patients say hand or some part of patient gets recorded in the camera, it can become a big legal issue. So, I mean, this is just a information sake. There is a European rule in regarding websites that if the websites are tracking information regarding anything like the visitors location and all, they have to take exclusive content. That's why we see sometimes this website has cookies and all. So more and more the world is becoming open and connected. More and more stringent the privacy rules are also becoming.
See, the part of the privacy rules that they speak about the privacy and all these things, and they will reveal everything to the one who is providing the social media platform. He will be giving everything. Aadhaar number, even your phone number, your address, your location, your GPS location, everything will be there with tracking. So they will be knowing everything. It's only for the concern. If anybody is having such type of issues that he don't want to be get noticed or even recorded, or his one should be not forwarded, then such a patient, that you need to better understand them with clarity, and you explain them why you are not supposed to allow this, and you explain them what is the importance of this. If a person, even many times we come across this type of issues when young students have been teaching on these lines. When the students come to the hospital, particularly in the paid hospitals and where the private patients are there, the regular students are not allowed, internship students are not allowed to enter in and do the examination and to learn these things. Many times they complain that. Of course, there is a issue with that because they are private patients, but if they are not paid and if they are regular students, they should be allowing the young doctors to learn. If that is the study material they are providing to the young doctors, then only the young doctors become very good in that their identification and diagnosis and treatment modalities and all these things. They'll learn it and they'll become a good doctor and they'll serve the society. They should be given the right chance to understand them. So if anybody has an issue related with privacy and all those things, it can be taken as per the lines of locally available rules and regulations. We can follow it, but still we can still go for a written consent. That will be comparatively better. If you take a written consent from the patient that you may share this information with this, of course, without disclosing the name and details of the patient. It's only technical details will be shared.